Remember the first time we went to gym? It was scary, it was nerve-wracking. We were all excited, we had an expectation of just getting bigger and stronger. Now a few years later, we are looking back at our previous self, our old self. You just cannot keep that thought lingering in your head, thinking that you could have done better. That if you knew the things you knew right now, you could have improved your results. Going to create a video showing 4 things that I wish I knew before training. You are a beginner trainer. These things will help you a lot and help you understand the things you must look out for when you are training. And if you are a beginner and you are watching this video, please take heed of my advice. Please listen to my mistakes and do not make these same mistakes I did, because you will regret it in the future. Let's get into the video and let me teach you guys about the 4 things that I wish I knew before I started training. Training each muscle group equally. Bro, I to this day I still regret not training my legs. Okay, first year, okay, I was training in my garage. I was still lean, I was using 5-liter water bottles and I was doing upper body all the time. But the thing is, I did not train my lower body. I couldn't really train my legs with such light weights because legs take heavier loads, to grow and all that. The other reasons why I didn't train legs as much is because I used to run a lot. I used to cycle a lot. I already had decent sized legs, you could say. They weren't really big, but I used to cycle a lot with my legs. Used to use my legs all the time. So I didn't really find it necessary to train legs with weights, and to this day I still regret that. Even if you hate it, just don't skip leg day. Right now I have to try catch up, make my legs catch up to my upper body, and it's really tall on me, so I have to try my best. It's quite hard. Number 2 is genetics. The thing about genetics, right, is that muscles are structured depend on how you just were made. If there's a hole in your chest, you have to remember that that's not your fault. You cannot change that because it's something that is just genetically in you. You've been given these genetics. It's blame your parents. Blame your parents for having you. For example, look at me here. I've got a peaky bicep, right? My bicep is not a long head. There's different types. There's a long head and there's a short head. Okay, I don't know if this thing is showing it properly. I hope it is. I hope the camera's making sure it is. There is the long head and there's the short head of the bicep. These are 2 different things. Okay, long head of the bicep gives you that more fuller look, more nice, desirable. It gives you that full look. Short head of the bicep gives you that tall, mountain, peaky look. More of shreds type biceps. So these 2, some people actually have both. These guys are genetic anomalies. These guys are crazy genetics. Even if you have one of the worst genetics ever, that does not take away from the hard work you put in the gym to get those gains. You should carry on with that. Social media influence. So social media influence plays a very, very big role in all of this, because now a lot of people, they look up to all these role models. They look up to all these jack guys. They look up to people like The Rock. They look up to people like Michael Hearn. They look up to people, Chris Bumstead. They look up to all these big people that have unrealistic physiques that they want. People who are maybe on performance enhancing drugs. Teenagers like me just look down on themselves. They compare themselves. They just cannot help but compare themselves to them and just get discouraged and then quit. Listen, I did not really have this problem my first year of training because I didn't really have a phone. I didn't know what was going on in the fitness industry. I didn't even know about bodybuilding that much. I didn't maybe the only person I knew about was Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, buddy.
I didn't really compare myself to him, which actually gave me a lot of confidence, because every time I walked out in school, or when I was everywhere else, maybe I was wearing a vest, or maybe I was wearing a little bit of a tight shirt, I thought I was the shit. I thought I was that guy. I thought I was the biggest guy there. No one was as big as me. That's what I thought. That was my mentality. Okay, I was just that guy, but I felt big, even though I wasn't even that big. But I felt big. People looked at me. People noticed me. But then on in life, I severe body dysmorphia. I had a phone, so I would compare myself to other people. Cannot help it. It's just a side effect that you cannot avoid. Body dysmorphia, if you go and train for muscle mass and bodybuilding and you want to be the best of the best, you will constantly be comparing yourself to other people. You will never be satisfied, and that's just the way of bodybuilding. The only person you are fighting against is you. So fight against you every day and try to improve yourself every single day. Nutrition and training principles. One of the things I did not have was nutrition and dieting. If I only knew about dieting, knew about what to eat and how to eat this and how to eat that, I would have been way bigger. For a beginner, please take nutrition into consideration. You don't really need to be strict, like count all your calories and count everything you eat. No. Make sure you eating properly, make sure you're eating healthy, make sure you're eating a lot of protein. That's all you need to do for your first year. You don't need to count calories that much, because your first year automatically you're gonna have a body recomposition and all that. With obese people, okay, that's a whole different story. It's that diet, nutrition, learning your nutrition a little bit more will help you come a long way with your physique. Please subscribe to this video. Please like this video. Thank you for all listening. Peace.